Sigmund Freud, an Austrian neurologist and the founder of Psychoanalysis, proposed a theory of human development known as the psychosexual stages. According to Freud, our personality develops through a series of stages, each focusing on a different erogenous zone. These erogenous zones are regions of the body that are sensitive to pleasure. There are 5 psychosexual stages: the oral stage, the anal stage, the phallic stage, the latency stage, and the genital stage. The first stage in Freud's theory is the oral stage, which occurs from birth to approximately 18 months. During this stage, an infant derives pleasure from sucking, biting, and tasting. The primary focus of pleasure, erogenous zone, is on the mouth, as the child explores the world through oral activities. The second stage is the anal stage, which typically occurs between the ages of 18 months and 3 years. During this stage, children experience pleasure from bowel movements and the act of retaining or expelling feces. Freud believed that successful resolution of this stage leads to the development of self-control and autonomy. The third stage is the phallic stage, which takes place between the ages of 3 and 6 years. During this stage, children become increasingly aware of their gender identity and experience the Oedipus complex, for boys, or the Electra complex for girls. These complexes involve feelings of attraction toward the opposite sex parent and rivalry with the same-sex parent. The fourth stage is the latency stage, which occurs from around 6 years to puberty. During this period, sexual impulses are dormant, and children's energies are focused on developing social skills, friendships, and other non-sexual activities. It is a time of relative calm and stability in terms of psychosexual development. The final stage is the genital stage, which begins at puberty and continues into adulthood. During this stage, individuals experience a renewed focus on sexual pleasure, but with an emphasis on mature and reciprocal relationships. Successful completion of the previous stages leads to the ability to form healthy and intimate relationships. Criticisms of Freud's psychosexual stages. While Freud's theory of psychosexual development has made significant contributions to the field of psychology, it is important to note that it has also faced criticisms. Some critics argue that the theory places too much emphasis on sexuality and may not adequately account for the influence of social and cultural factors on human development. Lack of scientific evidence. One major criticism of Freud's theory is the lack of scientific evidence to support his claims. Because much of Freud's work was based on case studies and self-analysis, it is difficult to generalize his findings to the broader population. Critics argue that his theories lack empirical validation. Gender bias. Another criticism of Freud's theory is its perceived gender bias. Freud's emphasis on the Oedipus and Electra complexes led some to argue that his theory is biased towards male experiences and may not adequately account for the experiences of women. Critics suggest that a more comprehensive theory should consider the experiences of all genders. Cultural limitations. Freud's theory of psychosexual stages may also be limited in its applicability to different cultures. Cultural norms and values significantly influence human development, and a theory that focuses primarily on Western experiences may not fully capture the diversity of human experiences across cultures. In conclusion, Sigmund Freud's psychosexual stages propose that our personality develops through a series of stages, each with its own focus on different erogenous zones. While Freud's theory has contributed valuable insights into human development, it also faces criticisms for its lack of scientific evidence, gender bias, and cultural limitations. As with any psychological theory, it is important to approach Freud's work with both an open mind and a critical eye.